Now, before we start, Doctor itself doesn't have any sponsors, but as I said in the beginning, we have the dedoc Voices program, and for the dedoc Voices program, we have partners that enable our diabetes advocates to attend these conferences like EASD. And I would like to now invite Antonella Ettorre from Lilly Diabetes Care to this virtual stage. Lilly is supporting the dedoc Voices program as our partner and has been actively reaching out to the diabetes online community, especially this year. Antonella, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for representing Lilly. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Bastian, for the kind introduction. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's my great pleasure today and honor having the opportunity to speak with you, connected from all over the world. And again, I am Antonella Ettorre from Lilly Diabetes, and today I'm speaking from the south of Italy, where my family currently lives. But before going into the detail of my speech, I just want to say that in Lilly, we truly believe that people with diabetes and diabetes online community play a significant role in diabetes environment. And your voice should be better and more heard in any decision-making process, anytime and everywhere, to achieve more impactful results. And that's why also a couple of years ago, together with Bastian, led by Bastian, we embarked on a journey, or better, on a marathon, as Bastian says, to have a better understanding of diabetes online community space. And that's why today I have this great honor and pleasure to speak with this international audience. What I want to tell you today, guys, it's more about the centennial insulin anniversary and the Lilly Leonard Award. So the upcoming 3 years period from 2021 to 2023 is going to represent a great momentum for the diabetes community to commemorate the great improvement in care from for people with diabetes since insulin first was made available. And today we are reminded and inspired by the life of Leonard Thompson, the guy that you can see here from the slides, that was treated with insulin in 1922 when he was just 14 years old. Over the past 100 years, insulin innovation has evolved, but in Lilly, we remain committed to transform diabetes care through innovative medicines by investing time and resources for finding better solutions for people living with diabetes around the world. But despite great strides, still 460 million people are living with diabetes around the world, 80% of them in low and middle income countries. And according to the latest Atlas and IDF global data, still 1 out of 2 don't have access to insulin. 2 out of 3 don't have access to diabetes supplies like test strips, glucometers, and far too many are struggling with healthcare expertise. And that's also why it's easy to understand that access to diabetes care involves much more component than just only access to insulin. And for this reason, and the next slide, please, Lilly Diabetes and Life for a Child, a non-profit organization, have been working together for more than a decade to expand access to diabetes care. And recently, in January 2021, we have announced a major expansion of our partnership together with other stakeholders from diabetes community to serve more patients, from 23,000 to 150,000 people living with diabetes in 65 countries over the next 10 years. So a 5-fold increase compared to the current number. And here I just want to pause to thank you, some of you in the diabetes community, for having guided our thinking in this area. And I just want to thank you, Bastian, for this, since together as a united community, we can achieve more and further goals. But the centennial insulin anniversary is also a great opportunity to bring up the level of attention that diabetes and people with diabetes deserve everywhere. That's why, as Lilly Diabetes, we launched the Lilly Leonard Leonard Award. Next slide, please. That we reward for the upcoming 3 years, 21, 22, and 23, diverse champions, which are dedicated to advancing diabetes management. Now, the award is open to eligible participants from the 5 categories that you can see here in this slide, and the 5 winners will be chosen and selected by a committee of well-recognized judges from the diabetes community. $20,000 for each winner, for a total of 100,000 will be devoted to Life for a Child, to ultimately expand the access to diabetes care for youth and children living with diabetes in low and middle income countries. So what I need from you guys, stay tuned around World Diabetes Day and don't miss Doc Day at World Diabetes Day, since together with Bastian, we are going to announce and present you the winners from Lilly Leonard Award from year 1. In the next slide, you can find my contact together with a picture of the sea where I'm living. So do not hesitate to reach me out anytime you need. And now back to you, Bastian, to address any question, if any. Otherwise, thank you very much for the attention and for what you are doing in the diabetes community.
Thank you, Antonella. Thank you for presenting this award. Thank you for talking about Life for a Child and the contributions you're doing to Life for a Child. It's become very popular in the diabetes online community, also through the Spare a Rose campaign that has been a community-driven effort for many, many years. And it's great to see that Lilly has been such a great supporter of this program for over a decade now and is now scaling up that support. But quickly talking about that Leonard Award, just out of curiosity, can I ask you how many people were nominated or applied and what kind of people will we be seeing there? Are you allowed to share that, or?
Yes, of course I can.
I mean, not names, but...
No, of course. A lot of people have been nominated. So for the first year, we had around 100 nominations. And as I was telling you before, there are 5 different categories. So the nomination comes from teen and young adult, advocate and advocacy professional, endocrinologist and primary care physicians, diabetes educator and nurses, and researcher. Everyone in the community can nominate 1, 2, 3, whatever, from these 5 different categories. And then there will be a dedicated panel of well-recognized judges who will be deciding the 5 winners. So not easy work.
And we look forward to seeing the 5 happy faces from this year's award around November, and maybe hearing more about who they are at our very own Doc Day on World Diabetes Day. It's a Doc Day that we're hosting together with IDF Europe, and we will also be talking there about this annual topic in the centennial about access to care, access to diabetes care, access to insulin, etc. So we look forward to that event on 14th of November and to seeing the winners of the Leonard Award. And I think by then you will also announce how this award will proceed over the next 2 years.
Exactly. Stay tuned.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Antonella. Thank you for Lilly's support to the dedoc Voices program once again, together with all the other partners that are doing so.